What are integers? Integers are whole numbers with a positive or negative sign, including 0. Examples of positive integers, we have 3, 5, 2, 6, 8, and 0. So the 5 and the 6 have a positive sign in front of them. This just shows that any number that has a positive or no sign means it's a positive integer. Positive can also mean plus. They mean the same thing. So you can say positive 5 or plus 5. It's the same. Okay, negative integers. Here are examples. Negative 1, negative 4, negative 7, negative 5, negative 6, and negative 8. So all negative integers will have the minus sign in front of the number. So negative and minus means the same thing. Okay, here's an activity. Okay, here's a list of numbers. And you need to decide, you need to decide which ones are positive integers and which ones are negative integers. Okay, positive. I'll give you a clue. There are 2 numbers. Okay? And for negative, we have 1 number. It's a trick activity. Positive, we have 68 and positive 1 or just 1. For negative, we have minus 5. Because remember our rule, integers are whole numbers. Okay? So a decimal is not a whole number. Okay? And a fraction is not a whole number. So for integers, we are only looking at whole numbers.
So number 3 is something. Okay, so let's look at some different sources of thermal energy. So from the table, I'm going to show you 4 different examples. So the first example we are going to look at is we're going to look at the difference between charcoal and firewood. Okay, so firewood you would use to make a fire, but firewood's thermal energy level is only 3,820. But if you add charcoal to the firewood, its thermal energy would increase by 3,900. So that shows you that firewood, yes, firewood is hot, but charcoal, its thermal energy level is much higher. So let's have a look at a different one. The next one, let's have a look at petroleum and diesel. Okay, so both of these are a type of fuel that you would add to a car. But petrol or petroleum's thermal energy level is 10,093. Okay, and then diesel's thermal energy level is 10,235. So that's meaning that diesel, it's much hotter. It's the heat that comes from diesel is much higher than the heat that would come from petroleum. So let's look at these in examples. Okay, so examples of these sources. So here's firewood. Okay, so you make firewood to keep you warm or to cook food, but firewood is used as a fuel source by air-dried or seasoned wood, okay, until its internal moisture is about 20% less, okay? So this is basically saying that wood is always wet, okay? But using firewood as a fuel should be only air-dried or in-seasoned, because that's when you'll get the maximum amount of thermal energy from it. And a nice thing is that the internal moisture level is about 20% or less, and that's when you'll get the maximum amount of thermal energy from firewood.